Hello everyone, it's back to tuning into the third Christmas 2024 sneak peeky from Gav's Weather Links. So here we go, okay, time to bring you more sneaky peeky data for Christmas 2024. We're going to go through all four CFS B2 runs at Monticello.fr, and it's going to be absolutely epic, and I should go time a bit for you in a moment. Just to say that first, the video is there as a 6M UK weather forecast with also the Extended European Outlook and a 10 to 14 day video upload. No Wednesday live stream today, so I haven't been able to plug this on the live stream, so hopefully the views won't collapse after not being able to plug the CP on the live. But no Wednesday live stream today. The reason for that is because it's my birthday eve today. Yes, it's Dad's birthday tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing a birthday live stream at around 6 PM. So if you're around the channel tomorrow, drop in and you can commiserate with me for being yet another year older. I shall be crying into my birthday cake, I suspect. I shall see you on that one. So anyway, there was a video upload today for the 10 to 14 now. Right, so thank you so much, Richard, for our amazing sneaky peeky gift. Thanks so much, Richard. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. They're having a sneaky peeky. I think we're going to have a sneaky peeky as well. Why not do that? Let's turn up the webcam. And we'll do it, shall we? Right, so let's go to Monticello. Maybe it's just for fun at the moment. We'll be starting the formal Christmas countdown on the 1st of November, as we always do. But starting with the CFS, we always do some sneaky peeky for October, to whet the appetite and that sort of thing. But the actual Christmas countdown begins on the 1st of November. Right, so we're going to start off with the CFS Midnight Run. The CFS is the long-range model from America, the global forecast, the couple forecast system. It's kind of related to the GFS, the global forecast system. And it's run 4 times a day, as the GFS is. Midnight Run, 6Z, 12Z, and 18Z pub run. We're starting off with the Midnight Run first of all. So we begin with high pressure reaching from the Atlantic through Europe here on the 20th of December. Looking mostly dry, it could be quite cold and frosty and whatnot. Well, let's head up towards Christmas, and that high pressure quickly breaks down. Wet, windy weather developing here on the eve of Christmas Eve. A storming 23rd of December. A little bit on the cold side as well, possibly cold. There's some wintry showers there on Christmas Eve for northern parts of Scotland. And then high pressure is back in for Christmas Day. Not particularly cold with that area of high pressure, but might deliver some frost and fog. A little bit of a gruesome twosome could be possible there. So a chilly, I would say, Christmas Day, but mainly dry. Plenty of crisp winter sunshine. And then low pressure starts trying to come in from off the Atlantic on Boxing Day. We have got cold air sitting across Scandinavia and an area of high pressure. So a little bit of a battle started to take place here on Boxing Day. As this low pressure comes into that cold air, possibly colder to produce something a little bit wintry. But it looks like low pressure is going to be dominating up to the New Year, or between Christmas and New Year. So despite a Scandinavian high trying to get going just here, we are dominated by this low heading in from off the Atlantic, which will be bringing milder air and wet weather in with it. Well, that low then sinks away to the south as we get into the new year, or just before the new year. So now we're going into a rather interesting pattern. Colder air is sit to the east with that Scandinavian high. We are just about getting the wind in from an easterly direction there. So New Year's Eve finds high pressure ridging through the coast. That's quite a cold area of high pressure as well. Withdrawing wind in from the east, probably bringing some wintry showers or some snow showers across the southeast corner. Otherwise, mostly dry, cold and frosty. And then that high pressure sits around the country into the beginning of 2025. So mostly dry, cold and frosty then as well. Let's go a little bit further on, shall we, and see what's going to happen with this. So mostly dry, cold and frosty just around the new year. And then low pressure coming back in from the Atlantic, but quite cold with northwesterly winds. They could bring some wintry showers in with them. And then we're reverting back to a milder, stormier pattern, though, as we're heading further on into January. So it gets a little bit interesting. It gets a little bit interesting from a colder perspective around the new year. But it looks like it doesn't really come to much, like the first half of January, dominated by low pressure, mild, wet and windy. Right, we won't go any further out than that. Let's go on to CFS 6 Zebra. Again, we find high pressure sitting across the country here on the 20th of December, bringing mostly dry, cold, frosty weather. Bit of a gruesome twosome. Right, well, let's see what happens after that. So high pressure keeps it cold, dry and frosty as we run up towards Christmas. But the high's on the move. Oh, we've got a little bit of retrogression going on here. Now this is getting interesting. This is more like it. Right, here we go, Ben. Tinkle bells. What's going to happen? High pressure's moving out towards Greenland, Iceland. And low pressure dropping across Scandinavia. Wind going into the north. That brings colder air and probably snow showers southwards. Are we going to get a cold Christmas from CFS 6 then? So that's Christmas Eve. Oh, blimey. Look at that. High pressure blocking in the North Atlantic. No pressure over Finland. And winds have really gone into the north, almost to the northeast. That would bring snow showers into northern and eastern parts. That is a cold Christmas Eve, and there will be snow showers driving in on those north to northeasterly winds. Gosh, that's interesting. Well, we go through Christmas Day, we keep it cold. This is the coldest that we've seen on any of these stinky peekys so far. Whoa! Sorry, everyone. And so, yes, we've got high pressure in the North Atlantic. We've got low pressure across much of northern and western Europe. Again, we're coming in from that north-northeast direction. And that would be bringing snow shower particularly to eastern regions and possibly into the south as well. Oh! Wasn't expecting that. Was you, everyone? I don't know. Right, so that is a cold Christmas Day. Definitely. And some places will get a white Christmas out of that. What happens after that? Oh, well, we've got a trough of low actually forming through the country there from Christmas Day to Boxing Day, so that could even bring a bit of a snow event there across parts of England and Wales. Gosh, wow. Now, we go in between Christmas and New Year, though, and look at this, we lose the cold, we lose the block, it slips southwards down towards, being off the southwest approaches towards Biscay, and that brings the wind back into a milder westerly, so we get a thaw out of the frost of the snow, and it becomes milder, but it looks like we can have another attack here from the north, heading towards the new year. Oh, yes, another northerly plunge there on New Year's Eve, 30th of December. That brings more north-northeast wind and some snow showers again. Will be likely in northern and eastern regions. That's New Year's Eve, looking very cold and wintry there. Goodness gracious me, what a CFS run got on our hands here. Imagine the live streams I could do over Christmas and New Year with this. Goodness gracious. That's New Year's Day, first day of 2025, is cold and wintry, with a proper old northeasterly blast, and plenty of snow coming through with that as well. I don't know, it's all very exciting, isn't it? Well, heading out beyond that into the opening of January, more changes as low pressure then coming in from off the Atlantic. That's coming into cold air, though, that low. So that's something that could produce a temporary snow event before milder air tucks in and it turns back to rain. But look at this, 12th of January, and again, heights are building across Greenland. So despite the fact that we are turning milder here, the opening days of January, I reckon we're going to go cold again. Let's have a look. And are we? Yes, we do. So for sort of 5th, 6th of January, back into the north and the northeast goes the wind, becoming actually becoming increasingly cold. In fact, I would say probably becoming severely cold here as we go through the first week of January on this particular CFS run. We have now got like a proper negative NAO-AO pattern starting to set up here. So this is now a very, very cold and wintry and snowy pattern. Goodness gracious me and blimey and wow. What a CFS 6Z run this is. A little bit of an eye candy on this third winter update. We're moving into on this third Christmas update, I should say. We're moving towards the new year, starting to turn a bit milder then. But not for long. We've now got Scandinavian high getting going and winds pulling back into the east. So it's all happening with this. Oh yeah, this is like a severe January actually. This is a severely cold January that we're seeing here on this FS6 run. That will normally be as far as I go on with Sneaky Peekys, but I'm going to go away to the end of January. Well, check that out, everyone. That's the 18th of January. Low pressure off the coast of Spain and Portugal. High pressure blocking things out through Scandinavia and Green as well. Wind in from the east. I mean, it's got everything backed up. There'd be heavy snow showers coming in from the east, probably prolonged outbreaks of snow heading up from the south with that area of low pressures where it would be bitterly cold, sub-zero temperatures day and night. I mean, it's just got everything now. And the cold is actually maintained with that blocking area of high pressure as we get in towards the last week of January. We remain cold, not snowy, but still very cold. Wintry, frosty, etc, etc, etc. That is the kind of thing that would lead to a sub-zero CT January. I haven't had a sub-zero CT January since 1979 when I was 2 years old, but that is potentially a sub-zero CT January, and on this very prolonged spell of severely cold and snowy weather goes even to the end of the month. I won't go any further than that, but you get the idea. That is absolutely epic. Absolutely epic from a CFS 6Z there. Blimey! Remember, just for fun, just for laughs. But there you go, everyone. The CFS doesn't always just forecast mild and can't forecast snow. Very occasionally, it will do something exciting, and that is an example of that. Thank you so much, CFS 6Z. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let's have a look at the CFS 12Z. Top that CFS 12Z. Which it won't. But anyway, we've got low pressure on return to December back in from the Atlantic, so looking unsettled as we run up towards Christmas. Quite stormy, wet, windy, actually very stormy there. Even Christmas Eve, severe gales blasting away, and that's Christmas Eve. Oh, blimey, that's a Christmas Eve storm that we've got going on there. So this will be obviously mild as the wind's coming in off the Atlantic, but you know, disruptive windstorms for Christmas Eve and into Christmas Day. That's the kind of thing we had around Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, 1997. If anybody remembers that, and you know that would be pretty wild. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. After that, we go cooler and showery, but not especially cold, and those showery conditions, relatively mild conditions too, carry on up toward the new year into the beginning of January. Things start a little bit colder again from the north, but nowhere near the north block of that 6Z run. But nevertheless, rather cold and potentially quite wintry into the first week of January. Could be some snow potential with that. So the first week of January looking cold, and then high pressure sort of building through the western portion of Europe, turning things drier and probably a little bit milder as well into the second week of the month. High pressure trying to get up towards Scandinavia around the middle part of January, but the cold is really going down to the east and southeast of Europe. Right, that's that one done. It all seems a bit of a not a damp squid, but you know, it all seems kind of I don't know, kind of deflated after that CFS 6Z, doesn't it? But anyway, this out there, 18Z, the final run for this first Sneaky Peeky is looking Again, starting off on 20th December, flat and westerly, then pretty mild as well. High pressure takes over for Christmas Eve. That could produce some frost and fog, but otherwise would be dry and relatively mildish Christmas Eve there. And then on into Christmas Day, what's going to happen? So we've got high pressure to our south, low pressure's away to the northwest. So for the south, there could be some frost and fog with that area of high pressure. It would depend whether we've got an inversion or not. For Scotland Island, that is a mild and dampish sort of Christmas Day. Boxing Day starts to change the pattern, and between Christmas and New Year, they've got low pressure diving southeasters. And notice again this CFS run building up the heights towards the New Year in the North Atlantic and up towards Green. So consequently, with this deep low plunging southwards into Scandinavia, we bring the wind into a much colder northeasterly as we approach into the New Year. And so New Year's Eve looking very cold and wintry there, and New Year's Day also looking pretty cold and wintry as this low pressure comes into that cold air. Could bring some more general snow across many parts of the country. So that looks like, pretty cold New Year, to say the least. And then heading on into early January, stays cold through the first week of the month, further frost and snow potential at times. We've got a sort of negative AO-NEO pattern setting up here. So all in all, this CFS run is also looking potentially very wintry, very cold, with risk of some snow into early January, turning milder perhaps by the middle part of the month, at least a while. But again, we have another CFS run that's kind of flirting with a Scandinavian high. Flirting with a Scandinavian on the pub run. Whatever next? I don't know, do you? Well, there you go, everyone. That is your third Christmas 2024 sneaky peek. What do you make of that? Well, obviously, all of the excitement is on that 6Z run. I don't go through these, before I do it. I sort of discover what the model is showing with all of you. So if I had gone through the charts before the video, I would definitely have left that 6 cent run to the end, save the best for last. But I say, I don't know what they're going to come out like. But obviously, all the excitement is with that CFS 6 cent run. In all seriousness, if that came off, which it won't, but if it did, then that would probably be a sub-zero CT January. That is kind of what a sub-zero CT January would look like. So exciting. Of course, that did include a white Christmas as well. Classic cold and potentially quite snowy Christmas too. So an epic CFS 6Z run there for you. And the other runs, the other three, they've got a few hints, haven't they, of a little bit of a northerly, particularly around the New Year, actually, and into early January. So, it's just a little bit of fun, but perhaps some slight interest there, maybe. Well, we're going to do the fourth and final sneaky peeky for you next week, and then the following week, I think that is when we are starting the Christmas countdown. So, not long to wait now before we get the Christmas countdown formally and officially underway, but at least one more sneaky peeky still left to go. Okay, so we'll end it there. Thanks to Richard for our amazing Sneaky Peeky updates to give. And for the third Christmas 2024 Sneaky Peeky. So for now, and thanks for watching. Bye for now. Jingle bells!